This conference will now be recorded.
All right. It's May 17th, 2021 at the Town Hall at 4058 County Road, and Town Board will hold a public meeting immediately following the Board of Review. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you can also join the meeting by GoToMeeting. We have a quorum present. Meeting was posted at the Town Hall and on the website. Call the meeting to order and we'll stand for the flag pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You have the minutes of the May 3rd meeting in your packet.
Approval as printed, please.
Motion by Williams. Second by Duplay to approve the minutes for May 3rd as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Abstentions. Motion carried. We have the finance report and approval of bills.
I'll move approval of checks 34,668 through 34,689 be paid.
Motion by Duplay. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Fonger to approve checks 34,668 through 34,689. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. You also have your unaudited cash and investment balance of $2,555,583.68. And you have the April building permits.
Move approval of them as presented.
Motion by Anders.
Second.
Second by Fonger to approve the building permits for April as presented. Any discussion?
I still have a question about, we have two detached garage with electric. One for 40,000 estimated cost, and they were charged $275. Another one, 15,000 cheaper, it's 25,000. They were actually charged a higher fee.
It's based on square footage, so it might be just one is a lot fancier. I mean, one is bigger and, but the smaller one costs more because of how they're finishing it or something.
Thank you.
I don't know, I can ask about it.
That
but
makes
would be more
sense.
guess.
Thank you.
What does that include if it's had electricity in it or,
They both have
They both
electric.
do.
well, they both do, huh?
They both-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically square footage plus electric. But, the cost could be, or somebody got a better price from their builder than the other one did.
Well, lumber pre-inflation
Yeah, there you
or
go.
post-inflation, lumber could be.
Pre-pandemic lumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If there's no other discussion on the motion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. You also have the April financial report in your packet. Anything else?
So the answer is the 4th?
6-4? Okay.
June coming up already?
Yeah. Next item is public concerns. Public's opportunity to speak to the town board about any subject that is not a specific agenda item.
I have one I should read. I got an email from the American Legion Post. They asked me to read at the meeting. The Cottage Grove American Legion will be placing flags near the graves of local veterans on Thursday, May 27th. Rain date is Friday, May 28th, prior to Memorial Day on Monday, May 31st. There are over 1,500 veterans buried at Highland Memory Gardens alone, in addition to the 4 other cemeteries we support. If you or your business organization would like to volunteer and assist, please contact John Russell, and there's a phone number here. There will be a Memorial Day ceremony Saturday, May 29th at 10 a.m. at the Veteran Memorial located in the front of the Town Hall, 4058 South Main Street, AKA Highway N. The ceremony will take approximately 45 minutes, and the public is welcome and encouraged to attend while following all local COVID precautions.
It's a big, putting the flags down at Highland Court is a big job.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. So,
Are you going to burn flags here then on
Yes.
Saturday?
yeah, Boy Scouts,
Okay.
same as we normally do. And
Okay.
then the names of the veterans that are
Saturday?
in our graves,
Saturday.
other than Highland, will be read, the names also.
How many do we have in the township, do you know?
Oh, gee,
Islands in town.
yeah,
Well, that's true. Well,
But
The
I was thinking our little,
the ones in our cemeteries,
Yeah.
in the town and the village. There's gotta be 600, 500, somewhere around there.
really,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
excluding
Yeah.
Highland?
Hope Cemetery also, there's
Oh,
about
yeah.
100 there.
Wow.
So I mean, they're all over.
Yeah.
And we have actually put a actual monument in the ground that we put the flag in.
Okay.
Mhm.
We can't do that at Highland. It'd be unbelievably expensive,
Yeah.
but
Island?
yeah, the little cemeteries, we have, things to put the flags in. It's an American veteran or whatever, veteran of World War. So
Any
if
other
you're interested, it'd be great.
Any other public concerns? Hearing none, moving on to road right-of-way permits. We have two. One from Spectrum. Michael's is doing it. It's underground drill. And it's for Nadine and Janelle Lane. And then we have one from Kennedy Hills LLC on Kennedy Road, parallel to the right of way, an open cut.
That's for the BB intersection project.
BB and Kennedy.
On that intersection today.
On a motion,
Yep.
together or separate?
Makes no difference to me.
I'll move approval of the right-of-way permits for both Nadine as well as the Kennedy Heights subdivision as presented,
Second,
and as long as we collect the fees.
Motion by Anders, second by Feiger to approve both right-of-way permits. Send them over to Kim. Any discussion on the motion to approve? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. New business, review the April police activities.
Right,
How do you like working days?
it's really nice, really nice, I'm not gonna complain, can't on that, but, we don't have much out of the ordinary except, in front of Steve's house, we had the, stolen vehicle that was ditched, and then they went and stole another one, which I'm sure you guys have heard about, but, we were trying to figure out if that vehicle is located. It's always hard to tell because if another agency finds it, they take it out of the system and then it's returned to the owner. But that was a pretty rare thing to have happen out here. We don't have typically anything like that ever. Not even in the 6.5 years I've been out here have I seen anything like that, so.
Is he speeding is back up?
What's that?
Speeding is back
Oh,
up.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and more hours we're here during the day too. It gets a little bit easier too.
Yeah, I saw you were out on 12 and 18 Sunday morning.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and our traffic team's sitting out in the township a lot too. They like that strip on 12, so you usually see 2 of them out there too. Because people are doing 80, 90, 100 down 12, so.
Seriously?
Yeah, they have been the whole time. I mean, I go out there, I'll sit out there, I'll come back, do the town roads, sit out here for a little bit, hit our main stretches of issues, Violet's, Hope, Sandpiper, Baxter, Gaston, and then, I'll go back down to 12 for a little bit, and it takes 10 seconds before a car's whipping past you. And everyone says, oh, I thought I was getting on the interstate.
Yeah.
They're still speeding.
Yeah, so we have that. Which, we tell people, if you don't see a sign that says 70, it's not 70. So, yeah, 12 is still a problem. We had some bad luck with 12 and AB for a while with serious injury crashes. So we try to make sure we're out there too, but we're hitting the town roads pretty hard. The stop signs have gotten better and better. I don't know if it's just because they know when I'm there, but I mean, I changed the hours around. I was there this morning, I was there tonight, and
No, people are actually using the stop signs now. I think what you're getting is you're getting the people that use the shortcuts. Those are the people that are not stopping.
yeah, Yeah.
Because I saw 2 business trucks blow through the stop sign in my neighborhood too, and you can tell they're just trying to get to the next job.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, we're still getting them, and sometimes when we hear, oh, a speeder just flew past my house and no one was there, it's like, well, I was coming down the road and I get them on the other side. So you might see it, but doesn't mean we didn't catch it. So, yeah, and Christina's doing really well with the position too. She's very proactive. So,
Working nights.
yeah, she does actually. So it works out well for her.
How's Brian doing?
What's that?
That works out good for you.
Yeah, I know what it's like to sleep at night, so this is great. So,
If you pick up somebody on 12 and 18, do they go to our court?
yes,
Yes,
Well, they do, but if it's the other team, it goes to,
county.
but you still
County.
get some payment for that too.
we do?
So, yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
so wherever
That's
the
much.
stop is, I believe, if it's in the township, you guys get like a portion of the
Oh,
stop.
I
That's
didn't
what we
know
were
that.
told at least.
No, small portion.
Yeah, it's not huge. It's not huge. It's just for the township. That's at least what we were told.
Do we
Usually
get
it goes
something?
towards the board.
She didn't know anything about it.
I don't know. We should look into that.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, as far as I've always been told, and I could be wrong, but the township that it's occurred in is where there's like a small portion of that, but I don't know how much it is. I don't even know if it's significant or not.
Oh, money's money.
But at least with ours, I mean, you get everything up to criminal traffic and through our courts, so.
Do you have any update on how Brian's doing?
He's working out of the building, doing work for the detectives right now, so he's saying he's hoping by July.
Oh, sweet.
Or, well, not necessarily early July, but sometime in July.
Yeah,
And then he'll be back and,
Why wouldn't he be working out of our office?
he's
He's
doing
on light
work
duty.
Light duty.
Well, I mean, it's light duty in the office, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have him working.
for the
the
detectives.
detectives. So, and we have the detectives.
Are we,
with us, too.
we paying them?
No, I don't think so.
We're not paying them? Why we wouldn't be?
We're still paying.
We're paying them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we have them working out here?
What is there for light duty for us out
I
here?
don't know. Well, we've got more than him. There's other people working in and out of that office too, I don't know. But with don't we have a detective or somebody working out of there too, or no? Or-
We have two.
those are the
Well, I mean,
counties though.
there's 2 detectives working there.
Well, I guess
Yeah, I'm not
6 to
100%
1,
sure.
if he's working for detectives,
All I'm saying is that we're paying him,
yeah. Well, if he's back light duty, well. Still, yeah, I see where you're coming
You get what
from,
I'm
Mike,
saying?
but at the same point in
Yeah.
time too is, it's not like he's gonna be out on the road actually working directly for us, I mean, anything they have him doing could be,
It seems like he's working there. We
Yeah.
shouldn't be paying him. I don't know.
Well, it's either he would be downtown or whatever doing the same exact work. They just have him out here because the detectives need help. So,
Mhm.
He is working out here, right? That's what, he's working for the detectives here?
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
So wait a minute now.
Questioning?
He's not working out there.
He's not working patrol because of an injury, so he
I got that.
can't. So when you're on light duty, when you're restricted duty, they have work for you. Just depends who needs help where, but it just so happened that he could work for our ISB unit out here.
Okay, is he working out of our office out here? That's what I'm asking you.
He's physically there, but he's not.
Oh, so that's fine, yeah. So he's there. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's physically here. He just
Yeah,
can't,
because you guys are all working together out here,
Right.
you know.
yes. yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, he's physically here. He just can't work
Okay.
until he feels.
So if something comes up, he would be helping us or whatever too.
Well, he's. he
Whatever
might
the
take calls.
detective's working on.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, they deal with our cases too, so.
Okay.
Okay,
Other than that, any questions of,
everything okay in the building?
as far as I know, yeah.
Okay. All right,
All right.
thank
Well,
you.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Yep, good to see everybody.
Next item, discuss and consider revised signage plan for secure storage of Cottage Grove at 3286 Fieldview Lane. And we have pictures on the screen. Now, can you bring up the picture of what it was supposed to look like?
No.
It's in your pack.
It is in the packet, yeah, those are the packet, those are the packet, it's just little bitty pictures, scroll up. Small pictures. The one that has the little pictures, yeah, you might have to make that one. You'll have to like take up, because you're still on. You have to get to the next page. Well, you're on the last page. That's the last page. Click on. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Can you use your little, yeah, it's right there. If you remember that.
Page one.
No, that's, oh. 1, 2, 3. Page 4, maybe. Can you use the scroller thing and we'll get one?
It's not doing anything.
No, that's rotate.
Yeah,
What about the
like
pluses and
right.
minuses?
Whoops.
No, it's upside down.
Yeah, one more, two more.
Done.
Okay, now scroll up. Now try the plus and minus. Where's the menu? It's menus. Where's your top menu? Have you got, would you press like a,
With the pressure.
It's technology is not always
I
easy.
didn't press anything.
there should be a menu at the top.
It actually opened up in Edge.
Oh, okay, that's why. It's probably, go out and open that one in Acrobat. We'll close the meeting. Quick, get you there.
Been in there.
Probably,
I was gonna say go to the board agendas, but then just
probably
That's where it's taking me about when I click on here.
just right click and go open one.
Oh,
Open Edge. Must be a year. That.
gotta be up there, comes stuck here.
yeah.
Make that your default.
Question. Should be A, B, and C here.
Yeah, you got her there.
This is E, F, G. I'm assuming it's-
DC. I think so.
Okay, that was my guess.
There we go. Whoops,
Try.
It's thinking.
had it there for a sec.
Now it's just confused.
You want to close that document.
There we go, upside down.
Oh, this, she's not there yet.
We're there.
Well, I think we got it on our picture here.
This is kind of confusing.
Do you want to, I mean, you, while she's figuring this out, you can at least explain to them what happened here.
What happened here?
Well, on these small pictures,
Yeah.
that's how it was supposed to have been built. That's what we approved back in
Okay.
September
17.
Yeah, lots of-
And then the big pictures on the next page is what they have now, and they're wondering if we would approve that or not.
But why would they build it differently than what we'd already approved?
Because of cost overruns. That's what was explained in page 3 of 5.
Okay, so should we have, should they have come in here and got the changes approved?
Yes,
And they did.
no. So it came up when they went to the county to get the sign permit, because the county has a sign ordinance. And county said, well, wait a minute, it's not what the town approved.
Oh, boy.
So now they're back here asking us if we would approve this other signage.
And also, in all fairness too, the previous construction manager for the project is no longer with the company, and there wasn't a good turnover from the previous person to the new incumbent. And, you know, and
You found it.
We did. It finally came up. A little bit.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling particularly generous since they didn't come back with the change.
Well, yeah, but this would have said review different construction plus the sign.
Yeah,
That'd have been a little different.
because I guess for me, the two little towers with the signage on that really set the structures apart from anything else that you see for storage.
And I just think these are kind of tacky looking.
I agree with you.
what did you say, Mike?
These signs look kind of tacky,
I agree.
you know?
What they suggest several potential outcomes. Item 3, approve the signage at building B and remove the parapet walls on building A and C and have no signage on those buildings. So that way there would be just the one sign on the one building.
So do you have any idea as to if you're able to go back and build it the way it was originally approved? Is that a possibility?
In 2019, it was sent back to the
state for approval. The permit lapsed.
Yeah,
So another permit was applied for, and at this point, that's when the changes were submitted to the state for that. So the foundation plan and everything as it sits right now was updated at that point
by the state.
by the state. And with the tower construction, the way the foundation is set up currently, then it wouldn't support it as it was originally planned.
How did the state end up
I don't
getting
understand
approval
what
over
you-
something we approved?
State, you know.
Well, the state approves commercial.
Yeah,
They have to get state approval.
Yeah, but wouldn't the state have asked us?
No, state never asks us anything.
but everything went through in
They
the
should
beginning.
come to us before they went to the state.
Yeah, everything went through us
Up
before,
till
with everything that
2018.
Yeah,
Right.
the initial went through 3 first for approval, and then it went to the state. And the state approved the structure to make sure that it's sound and that it would work.
Well, this picture, the way it is, it doesn't do justice to the sign because the buildings are not dark like that. Basically, this is just an over thing to show what it could look like, you know. So as far as the construction end, it's been approved.
By the state, the building plan was approved.
So I mean, so we don't have any recourse on this now.
Sure, because,
We can tell them no.
yeah, and we give them occupancy.
Mhm.
And the county's going to go by what our actions are for issuing the sign permit. So we have to make some determination on what we're going to do about signage.
Well, I would think they should have to come back with the recommendations, you know, for our approval on the change to the building for one. I mean, it's a storage building. Obviously, it would have looked better with the other thing there, but, you know,
It's already built now, though,
yes,
so.
Yeah.
it's not a Taj Mahal. I mean, it's a storage building. But it just doesn't seem right that, you know, we should be approving the changes first.
They should have come here
Yeah,
to get approval on the change before going to the state. And the manager that they had at that point certainly didn't feel that that was necessary. And now we're having to deal with the aftermath of it.
The only thing I can say is it wasn't malicious.
oh, that's.
No, I'm not saying that it was, but it's just,
I can't deny that the initial intent looks nicer than what I have. It's just what I have, and I'm just trying to do the best I can. And it's been an unbelievable project. It's been an unbelievable
Oh, yeah.
3.5 years. Throw in a pandemic and some steel prices and it's soil out there is tough to put footings in. And those are all just my problems, but
So if we just approve the sign, is it over then? Or does it have to go to Dane County or?
Dane County would do whatever we approve. If we would approve those things, I don't know what they're called.
parapet walls.
Pardon?
They're called parapet walls.
Parapet?
Parapet wall, then the county would approve the signage most likely. I mean,
Unless they have the same question we have.
He says that he would go along with ours. Personally, I don't
Oh, yeah.
care for the idea of having 3 parapet walls. I think that is excessive, in my opinion.
But they're up already, right?
Yes.
What are you gonna do about it?
He said
Have
he
them
would
tear it
take
down?
them down.
yeah,
No,
He said
come
he
on.
would take them down.
I can't see that at all.
Do you want to see 3 big signs like that, Mike?
Listen, it's
One of the things, you know, you don't
on
necessarily.
the
have to
corner,
have a
you're not
sign
gonna be
on it.
looking for it. I mean, it's, you know,
I think inside of any car passing by, they wouldn't see all 3 of them. This they're on the property to where the typical car would see one or two of them.
You'd have to go out and look at the property, the way the signs would be. And it's not like they're right on the edge of the freeway, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't see it as a problem. It's not like an 8-story building or anything. It's still gonna be a nice looking building.
In the world of storage, it is still a class A storage facility,
Yeah.
there's no doubt.
It just doesn't look as nice as
No,
what we
is what
were,
was,
what
I
we
no, I
were
agree with you.
sold.
On that, I'm not debating that. I'm just telling you it wasn't malicious.
And you're saying there's no way to go about retrofitting it to get some sort of height in those 2 locations?
In working with an engineer, the foundation itself isn't sufficient to support the weight of a tower. So that would have to be dismantled up to a certain point and then concrete cut out, proper foundation in place, and then we could go up with
Have
So we have to
cost
affect
estimate?
signs on your mismanagement. Right?
Not his, mine,
No,
ours.
I'm just saying, you know, this is how,
Do you have any cost estimate on that?
I don't at this time. I mean, an option would be to remove the signs but then again, it gives you that straight line for the buildings.
Yeah,
We never had anybody ever go out there and look at what they were building or, you know, after we approved what was going on, you know. Was it our responsibility in some way to go out and say, hey, you're not doing this right?
I think part of what happened was that the original plans went to our previous building inspector, but they didn't start building until our new building inspector got involved, and so,
So it's part of our problem too.
and he, I don't think he had and he must not have had the plans.
Yeah.
Because they didn't obviously notice it. You know, he had the state approved plans, because that's what comes to him from the state. And I don't think it happens very often that those are different like that either, so it might not be happening to look, you know. If you did do it.
I think I'd rather look at the straight line roof. Actually,
I'm having some difficulty understanding this. So,
Show you?
yeah, what is A, B, and C? You have E, F, G. Where is A, B, and C on this?
Okay, so this is A. This one is B, C.
Okay.
So
and
picture,
Is this been built?
yes, this has been built, but there's no signage here. So the signage, so this is County Road N right in here.
Okay.
And here's 12 and 18.
Look at, see where it says
This is
8.
when the exit ramp is right here. So picture B,
This is B.
let me grab another, can I borrow this for just a moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that way we don't have to flip through anything. So this is B, this is where the office is, that's right in here, building
This is
B.
here.
Correct, this is this building.
Okay.
And this one right here is building A, which is this one and these two, because it's on the corner.
So those arrows.
It's L shape.
So this side is this,
This would be this side, and then
this
is right here,
and this.
is on this side. So it's in the shape of an L. So this is one side of the L, and then this would be the short side of the L.
So if I'm coming off the interstate, I'm seeing,
12 and 18.
or,
12.
oh, thank you.
You're gonna get a ticket.
Ah,
The 90 mile per hour
that's-
interstate.
that's-
So when you're
Okay,
coming off the
12 and
ramp,
18.
yes, when
to
you're
go
coming
on
off the
in.
ramp, you really don't
Okay.
see the building until you actually get off the ramp.
Is it quit scrolling?
And then this
I
would be the
see
first thing you
this
see.
First, and
Yes.
then I see.
You
this.
see the building all the time as you're coming up the ramp.
I've driven that several times, but I don't see the building.
There's
You know,
no
that's
sign.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's no sign. It
Yeah.
needs to be higher.
So, okay.
yeah, but
The one does.
even that even on this drawing, you're still showing the original towers.
Correct. That is the
Correct.
original.
Coming up,
If you look at these,
coming up
ramp,
12 and
these-
18 to get on N. I'm
Correct.
coming up here.
You're
these
gonna come
pictures
up.
show it a lot whiter
See this first,
than these
And then-
start. You know,
Jeff,
I think I have a picture on my phone, which might
I
be.
should have done. I was going to go and then
Better explain
I did
that.
this. And this is, which one is this?
This is building C, so it's that picture right there.
That was part of the problem, that we was in the background.
I got that one.
I know, but it didn't complete the switch. This is all.
Oh.
This is B.
Correct, building B, so this is building A, so that would be these two pictures right here.
And this is,
Building C, which is that picture right there.
oh, this is B.
And that is the front part of the offices. So it looks, it's just a bad angle, so it looks all together. So this is the view from the ramp.
Okay.
So this corner right here is what that building looks like. So you have this side, this long side is what this is right here.
Okay.
So that's right in here, that corner.
Okay.
And then this is,
And
that is this building.
That building.
So this is just a view directly
You
from
see
the one
this,
side.
You see this.
Yeah, so this is off.
Did your past project manager have liability insurance?
And this is essentially on
the
N.
manager
This is-
himself,
This is on
I would
the
tell it.
outside. This, you
I didn't
can't
know
see
if he
from
was an
here.
employee or an outside.
Yeah.
So this is another view. This is from
Presumably
County
was part
Road.
of the company.
So here is that parapet wall
Mhm.
on the corner, and then here
If
is,
you would have been outside, you would have had
Oh, yeah.
insurance that you could have gone back on, but being an employee, no.
so I don't know if that helps. So that's the view from,
And this is C.
that one is C, yes, that's this one right there, which is the same as this picture right
Is
here.
that one.
Just taken from a different.
Okay, thank you. That is helpful.
Sure, you're welcome.
Yeah, obviously, if we wouldn't have had a change of building inspectors, we wouldn't be sitting here right now even talking about this, basically, because the changes would have had come back to us.
Yeah, but
Back then, if our person would have
but
known,
even if our building
What's going on?
inspector was different, he would have had to have given the final inspection, right?
big difference in what we got now than what we had.
I understand that.
He wouldn't have checked in pretty much anything.
Well,
So there was bad handoff, apparently.
I don't even think this project had started any construction at the time. And
Yeah.
So,
The plans, I think we had seen, hadn't we seen the plans?
yes,
Yes, we'd seen them and
Yeah,
there was
Knew what they
quite
were
a,
and-
there was quite a lull
yeah.
in between when those were approved and anything started. And, yeah.
So I would make a motion to approve the sign as presented.
motion by Conger, is there a second? Is there a second to the motion? Hearing none, I guess no.
I move approval of the signage on building B and remove the parapet walls on buildings A and C and have no signage on those buildings.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me that again. On,
His, let's see, which,
Number 3
number 3 proposal.
in this paragraph. Number 3 in this paragraph.
Or he proposed.
Approve the signage at building B, remove the parapet walls on building A and C, and have no signage on these buildings.
I would second it.
There's a motion by Duplace, second by Williams, to approve the signage at building B and remove the parapet walls on buildings A and C and have no signage on these buildings.
Discussion?
Discussion.
I guess, well, I would agree that the parapet walls are certainly not in conformance with what the town originally planned. I guess I'm a little surprised that, you know, someone hasn't suggested, you know, some sort of compromise as opposed to all one way or all the other way.
Well, he gave us this compromise. This is his letter, right? So what's wrong if we accept your third proposal?
Well,
Asking that fellow board member.
yes, I understand that. And I guess perhaps in the manner of looking forward to some compromise as far as aesthetics goes, is the fact that what about exploring the addition of a tower to be added at the end of the existing building, and it could be poured on its own separate slab and not compromise, you know, having to rip out a big section, a middle section of the building, re-pour the concrete, try and rebuild the units back into place. Basically, you know, rather than doing demolition and then reconstruction, you know, putting it at the end of a building, you'd lose, if you saw on the map here, the way the units are configured.
If you build it here, I don't know that they'd be able to make it. They would have to move this away, wouldn't they?
Well, I'm thinking if you did down here, instead of at the kind of
West.
at the west end, maybe do it at the east end. You've got some 10 by 10 units there that are actually looking at it from a
C and B.
C
C and A.
C and A.
Yeah.
In that slot in between A and C? In that opening there?
Does that then give them access to those?
yeah, because it's
Yeah, but
it's
then why?
25 feet at the narrowest spot there between the two buildings.
Right,
And it
so,
gets,
so then why are we even approving a sign on building C then? If we're gonna make them build another new sign.
no, we're putting the tower up like you want the tower, okay?
Okay,
All right. It's difficult to go ahead and put it at the front of building A just because of the way that the drive is and everything there. And they've got curb all poured and everything,
okay.
you know, I'm just, or let me just take back everything I just said. Let them figure out where they could put an add-on tower.
Come back to us with that.
And then come back to us.
All right, and then the other suggestion would be, with seeing the signage issue isn't necessarily rectified at this point. Do they still get to continue to build? You know, as far as it shouldn't affect the other parts of the.
I don't
existing
care about
permit.
that part. Because we'd already given our initial approval of it. I'm just saying that they should have handled this whole situation with these signs differently.
There's no question on it, but
And-
unfortunately,
And he gave us the option. That was only one of four.
yep. And I'm just trying to think outside the box a little bit to make the town happy, you know, bring the plan to somewhat more into compliance what it is. And, you know, you guys can you know, basically take it or leave it kind of thing, but I just wanted to throw it out there as something that hasn't been suggested by anybody, you know?
Give it more character by having the two.
I would agree. I would agree. And because of the fact it's, the only thing it would be doing would be supporting itself. You could pour a freestanding slab sufficient.
3 feet wide?
No. I'm just saying it would be of sufficient depth to support the tower.
But that's what I'm saying. You're talking about like a 3 foot wide slab?
I have no clue what it
It's gotta
would
be
be,
big
you know?
enough to support the signs.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
Why not just a standalone sign?
The county's got some
Well, no,
question.
he's not, no, he's saying build the thing there. I'm saying just a big standalone sign.
Could I suggest like a pylon sign, which would fall within the guidelines of Dane County? On site,
When you say pylon,
which like no more than 50 feet tall and between 8 and 50 feet tall,
an actual sign,
an actual sign. A
standalone sign.
standalone sign
That would be the easiest thing to do.
with signage. We can omit the parapet walls, like you suggested.
You just put a standalone sign up there,
Standalone
one sign.
Right, but they have to bring that back to us.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, they'd have to. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand.
Wouldn't even be on the building.
Yeah, I understand.
What we're gonna end up with is a building that looks far cheaper than what we approved.
Right.
That is true.
And I don't know that we want to start off on that foot. I mean, if you contracted to build a house, a 2-story house, and they came with a 1-story, are you gonna be happy? No,
No,
you're gonna make them build it the way they should have.
but I say again, this is our fault too.
I'm not accepting that at
Well,
all.
it's true.
I'm not. I'm sorry.
Management has to watch their
Yeah,
employees.
I agree.
So anyway, there was a motion. Is there any more discussion on that motion to approve the signage at building B and remove the parapet walls on building A and C and have no signage on those buildings? That was the motion. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
I
Aye.
Abstain.
abstain.
It's tie vote, it didn't win.
Right. So they have to come back.
I think I would suggest you come back to us with some sort of a plan to give us those 2 heights. Somewhere on those buildings or close to those buildings, something to break up that large, flat, however long,
Tacky.
yeah, not, but I mean, they're hundreds of feet long.
Building A is 250 feet.
Right.
C is 100 and E is
100 and B is 340 and D is 285. So I would make the motion that you come back with some plan as to how you can get closer to what we originally had approved with the 2 heights.
with the towers.
Second.
Motion by Hampton, second by Williams. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion failed. Opposed?
Abstain.
I'm sorry. I'm just not happy. I'm just not
Steve,
happy.
why are you abstaining?
Why wouldn't that
Because I
have made
went
you
through the
happy?
steps.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Why wouldn't that motion have made you happy?
You know, I mean,
We
I
gotta get
really will
something
offer
to
my
make it
opinions
look
and stuff.
closer to
you
what
know,
we
just to try
originally
to
approved.
elicit some different discussions and thoughts, so.
Yeah, but we told them that the towers had to be in there. And according to this thing, the towers are still there.
What?
According to this plan, the towers are still on these buildings.
That was the
The
original.
original
that
plan,
was
yeah.
I understand that, but
But
at
that
some
is not,
point,
that is not current though.
And the motion was to have them come back with a plan that gave us something closer to what had been approved with the two towers.
Why wouldn't you give them the opportunity, Mike, to go ahead and do that? That's all you're doing is giving them the opportunity to try and go ahead and make things right.
Yeah.
Within reason,
Within reason.
within reason. That's it. We haven't even begun to talk about signage yet.
I thought we had had this discussion already. And we approved the signage at one time.
That
Right.
was,
That was before he took over. But somebody on their end should have noticed those changes. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the town deserves any credit or blame for this. I'm not saying that. Because I don't think we did anything wrong.
well, why wouldn't you give them the opportunity to go ahead and make things right?
I did. I accepted his third proposal. This
That
was,
failed. His third proposal wasn't to make it look anything like what we had approved. It's gonna look like
get rid
this.
of the parapet walls.
What's that, Mike? I didn't
I
hear
said
that.
it was to get rid of those parapet walls.
All but one. Yeah.
Can we get rid of all of them?
You approved the signage at building B.
He doesn't have a parapet wall.
We have had the parapet walls. Steve, I didn't hear why you were abstaining.
Because he works for them.
Because I works for these gentlemen.
You work for them? I see, thank you.
Yep, I do. And while I will freely offer opinions and suggestions and stuff, when, you know, the gavel comes down, I obviously have to abstain, you know.
I appreciate
And,
that. No, I know.
You know,
why.
like I said, I just will freely offer suggestions to maybe help people to arrive at a decision. And I'm happy to do that.
Next motion.
Okay, I'll find something else. So we table this proposal and ask them to come back with another
Design
illustration
options.
options. You've heard this discussion. I believe you have good faith and you want, and we want this to get moving forward. So if we table what you've done and ask you to come back with another proposal.
Table it till when?
How soon could you come back? Our next meeting is
7th or the 21st
of
of
June.
June.
Are we talking about tabling the signage or are we talking about tabling the occupancy?
We're, oh, yeah, we're
Yeah.
tabling everything.
Everything.
That's where I would just, if you're looking for a compromise, I'm willing to work with you guys on the sign. I'm willing to figure out the tower and how we do that. I'm just bleeding money
I hear
every
that.
month by not being able to rent these facilities. And
No, why wouldn't we let them open? I mean, what's the difference? What's the sign? They can
I
affect
don't care
anything.
if they open or not.
I'm just asking that I can open for business.
Irrespective of signing.
Irrespective of any
I'll
signage.
take my lumps on the signage and
Would you add that to your motion?
I would add that to my motion. Yes.
I'll second that.
Is there everything else ready? I mean, there's other things that have to be in place for occupancy yet though, right?
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
blacktop,
Get occupancy,
you
blacktop,
gotta have
electrical,
fence up.
finish.
and landscaping.
Meeting all of those expectations. Yes,
Whatever the building inspector.
Yeah,
yes,
until he approves
right,
occupancy.
right.
and just so I understand what you're looking for, in the what I'll call the second revision, is some sort of tower someplace on the property. Is that kind of the
Yes.
standard you're setting?
We like,
Somewhere close to where you had originally
right.
figured originally.
We really like the aesthetic of what was here.
I do.
And so, yeah, so, yes, you hear that, but that's what we'd like. Okay.
Would it be possible if I did that in another phase?
What are you saying, another phase?
I have more buildings to build when I get these
It's
rented.
gonna be facing the road.
Yeah.
It's a new
how
building?
long could it take?
Okay.
Well, you get me what I'm saying.
I'd like you to be
Nothing's
back
gonna face the
soon.
Yeah,
road, right? Anything you build
No, it
in
would
the future.
Once you
just
give them
maybe a
that,
tower in a future
how
phase
can you force
H
them to do
on this corner. That would be inside, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, it wouldn't,
road.
it? You
wouldn't,
don't give
The
occupancy.
tower
wouldn't even make
unless it's
sense.
tall enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that we have.
I don't know how you get around that, because you could be put off and put off forever.
And what?
if you could do it with one tower somewhere
If
that,
you give occupancy, how can you be sure that it'll never get done?
Because of the fact you need signage. And you're holding the signage. How many
I'm
businesses?
just saying, you do not necessarily have to have signage. You trying to tell me that people driving off of AB are not gonna notice all these towers and everything up here?
Towers.
off of AB,
Or,
And
Yeah. 12 and 18.
18 toward end.
Oh, anyway, Kim, could you read back the motion?
Yes, thank you.
To table it, to ask them to come back with other design options, allow occupancy, irrespective of the signage, assuming that all the other requirements for occupancy are met.
Well, Chris has just raised the question of occupancy. I understand you need the money. That makes sense. But we want to have the sign that looks similar to what you sold us on and
absolutely.
we bought. So we'd like to see that at our June meeting so that we get moving on that.
At the June 7th meeting is
7th
where you're
meeting.
tabling it to.
right.
Okay. I'll go along with that.
Thank you.
So are you leaving the occupancy in there or
No.
not?
No.
Wait a minute now, wait, what now?
At our
You-
next
You
meeting,
can't, you're not ready to occupy right now, are you?
No.
No, but
I mean, so
Beginning of-
the 7th would be okay?
June 7th would be a wonderful time.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's about when we're gonna,
we can have asphalt on and
we're not
Okay.
giving occupancy. That comes out.
Phew. Any more discussion on the motion?
Did you expect that much discussion on this motion?
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried.
Abstain.
See you back on the 7th.
See you on the 7th.
Good luck.
thank you.
I think we might need it. Thank you.
I'm going to visit your site.
Next item, discuss and consider approval of the ride, Cancer Benefit Bicycle Ride on September 26th, 2021, to utilize the following town roads: Deerfield Road, West Jargo Road, Nora Road, West Ridge, Uphoff, Morning Dove, Sandpiper, Bluebird, Ravenway, and Gaston Road.
Holy moly.
This is the same ride that has been taking place several times. It's a little different this time because usually they went out Vilas Road.
Yeah,
This time they're going through village and town neighborhoods to get out to Gaston instead of taking Vilas. So there's a little bit bigger impact on the neighborhoods. More town residents.
And I see that they have included Deer Grove EMS
yes,
and they have agreed.
sheriff.
Yeah. And, the date for the stuff stamped envelopes to. I would move approval of
The
the
ride.
ride.
The ride.
Second,
Motion by Williams, second by Fonger to approve the ride using town roads as listed.
You want to specify that they have to have an agreement in place with Deer Grove?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
With an agreement with Deer Grove. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item, discuss, consider process for building of Janelle Lane Cul-De-Sac.
Bidding, right?
Bidding. It's, our attorneys told us that it's not maintenance. And it's going to cost more than $25,000, so we're going to have to bid it. We'll need Nick to draw up the detailed plans for that cul-de-sac. And then we'll have to send it out for bid to be on the straight and narrow.
Is this gonna cost us anything extra?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it'll be Nick's time to draw up the plans.
Okay, I'm just trying to get an estimate.
And then we're going to have to bid it. I would guess you're going to be close to 50,000
50?
by the time you're done.
and this is where the
Include
county,
building it? No.
Total
I
cost
think
for
that,
building it and for the Nick to do the plans.
I figured it would probably be more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was guessing higher than that
I was
too.
thinking more like 100.
and that's where the guy we had a little
Yes.
problems.
Yes, where we had all the bricks and that in the road right away.
Is this gonna stop him from you any of that?
Yes. Nick, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, everyone. So, yeah, we do have some plans complete from when we last discussed. We got it surveyed and complete, but from a drawing perspective, it would take additional time and effort to go out to bid for all of this, going on the public record or open it for municipal bidding law perspective. Overall, for a construction perspective, it would be maybe closer to 50, but overall, once you're going out to bid, plus engineering and contingency costs, it could end up around, from a cost estimate, I would think around that 70,000.
Okay.
Wow.
But it'll be done
Yes.
and forever out of our hair.
Right.
No, I agree, it should be done, because that's a disaster
It is,
waiting to
it
happen.
is, it is. I feel
Especially with the plow trucks and everything else.
it's a nightmare for the plow.
So I'll move approval of the bidding, of the process of bidding Janelle Lane cul-de-sac.
And having the engineer
Yep.
finish the plans
Yep.
and go out for bid.
Yep.
Second,
Motion by Duplace, second by Williams to have the engineer finish the plans for the Janelle Lane cul-de-sac and that we will go out for bid for this year. Discussion?
Do we need to talk about a schedule at all?
I would assume as soon as we get the paperwork from Nick, we'll put it out for bid. Bid it right away.
Yeah, I don't know why not.
Yep, I can get that paperwork over to Kim for that ad in the paper here, so we can start that process in the near future.
Yeah, it would be nice if we could open it early June sometime and try to get, we don't know if it'd be the same people or not that are paving Janelle Lane to maybe also do that construction on that end.
Yeah. For the class 2 status that's required, you're looking at, we push it on our end. It wouldn't be quite beginning. It would be, the first half of June, you could say, like middle of June, we could be opening bids and have results probably for your second meeting in June for
Around
approval.
21st.
Class
That-
2 has to be posted or published twice a week apart.
Yeah.
So
That's correct. And then the last one, you open bid, you have to be opening bids at least a week after your last posting.
Yeah.
So it's gonna, so.
Could be the 1st of
21st would be,
July.
yeah.
it could be the first meeting in July, probably more likely.
Where's the money coming from?
Designated funds, ma'am?
Yes,
Well, what do we have in there? Do we have it?
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Like, as long as that's, I have no problem as long as that's where it's coming from.
Were you going to include that in your motion?
Yes.
Is that all right with the second?
Yes.
Any other discussion? Hearing that, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thanks, Nick. Get to work. Discuss and consider approval of cost to replace tree. It's really on the south side of the town hall. The Lions were going to replace one. Wanted a second one. It was what, 193?
195, 96.
Yeah. And they were suggesting a red royal oak,
Regal Prince Oak. Yep.
regal prince oak.
So where is this tree that they're taking down?
Well, we had taken 2 ash trees down.
Okay.
No, this is down, where are we looking
You
at?
said the south side.
South side,
Here?
yeah,
Okay.
between us and the fire station.
Oh, okay,
On that
okay.
grass strip that we had, we took down 2 dead ash trees.
Okay.
Grassy knoll.
Signal, okay, sure.
So it's on the other side of the parking lot.
Before you get to the fire department
Fire
parking lot.
department parking lot. So it's
Right.
between the two parking lots.
Yeah,
Just one tree?
well, we would buy one and Lions were going to pay for the second one.
The Lions are gonna pay for us one here. That's weird.
That's what his email said.
It says town hall.
Nothing John Williams.
That is weird.
Yeah, I agree with you,
I
Mike.
don't remember anything about this at
Lions
all.
have budgeted enough to cover one of these oaks. So we could do one this year. If the town were able to cover the second, they would be happy to plant the second.
So we would be about $200 or what?
Yeah,
I motion to approve.
Second.
motion by Fonger, second by Duplay to approve one up to $200
Yeah.
Regal Prince oak to be planted by the Lions Club.
It's my favorite tree, Regal Prince
Where
Oak.
does that money come from?
I think we take it out of town hall maintenance.
Question, if it's over between the two parking lots on the grassy knoll, that wouldn't interfere if we were to put solar on our roof, potentially?
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
I think it'd be far enough apart,
Oh,
wouldn't you?
yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't affect much at all.
Depends if it's on the top of the grassy knoll.
Yes,
No,
you're
it's
right.
on the slope. It's a slope.
Unless it's by the signage on the storage buildings.
It's not gonna allow another shooter in there.
All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Both same sign, motion carried. Discuss, consider quote to construct a park shelter. At least this helps us have an idea as to what it might cost us. I called Cleary because they were the only ones that showed something like what we have at Bass Park, and you're looking at just over $23,000
For one?
for one.
Holy crap.
So I don't know if you want to continue looking for other builders, or if you want to decide what park you want to have it, so that we could then talk to the neighborhood and see, are they happy with it?
Interesting to know what this would have cost pre-COVID.
Yes.
Oh, God, yeah, you're right.
Maybe about 15.
Yeah.
This is the time to really be doing this.
Yeah,
I agree, Kim, this is not a good, this quote.
Is there anything that says we have to spend the money right away?
8 years.
8 years?
8 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's take some time. 'Cause
Do we know what we're getting?
Yeah, 21 by 30.
No, I mean, you said to build the money in 8 years or whatever.
Well, we get just $2,000. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like
For
for
building
Kennedy
permit?
Hills, it's 2,000 per lot, but then he's getting some
Some of
credit
it back for the,
for his path, so
park.
we'll be sending some of it back, so it's about $1,100, I think, per lot that we'll actually keep. Yeah,
I didn't.
1162 or something like that, that we keep per lot, you know, for this phase.
yeah,
And the next phase, who knows what it'll be, if he puts in more parkland, or else maybe it'll be 2,000 per lot on that one. And then maybe the second phase won't have any parkland. I know there will be some in the third.
in the
phase.
third.
Oh, okay. We're talking about on Kennedy.
Yeah,
Okay.
That
so-
development, where's
Okay,
the
so,
money's coming from right now.
so how much money then
so
would there be?
there's 16 lots there. If they're all sold, we would get about 1,100, best estimates now. We won't know for sure till he finishes all his improvements, but best estimates right now are about $1,100 per lot.
Okay. So then with the other addition, is there another park with the other?
I don't
Next
think
addition, I don't think there is there?
There is any in the second phase, but the third phase, there will be parkland.
Yeah,
Okay.
And, you know, I don't know when those are coming, but you can right now figure though these lots are getting close to being mostly sold. I don't remember, there's not
Right.
very many left. So just think in your head, there's 16 lots, $1,000 a lot, so 16,000. You know, is kind of a rough ballpark that you can figure you've got coming soon or have already.
right.
Well, I don't know who to even think about, who would, just a normal
Next year.
construction person, I guess,
Yeah,
it would bid on building a lot or building a,
You could see what a kit costs at Menards, you know, just to
Yeah.
give you an idea.
yeah,
They've
that-
got-
you get the lines to put it up again.
Well, I'm
Oh,
just
God.
saying,
And Wick, you know, Wick built that one building in.
I did not look at Wick's website to see if they had
they
anything.
built what? What they built?
Capital Underground
Yeah, Capital Underground, big,
buildings
um,
on North Star Road.
Oh,
And Trocti did the storage facility.
Oh,
They're out of some prairie.
uh-huh.
I'm sure there's a lot of other, you know, even not just these pole shed kind of builders, there's probably other builders that will
Mhm.
do it, but I think that the material price now is way more than it would have.
it will never go
Year ago.
down.
It is.
They got it up.
Maybe it'll never go
But-
down again, I
But
don't
it
know.
might go down next year. I mean, I'm just saying,
you think they'll have the park situation there done this year or?
Kennedy Hills?
Yeah,
Yeah,
They better, they got houses that are looking for
if they want
occupancy. pretty soon.
occupancy, they got to get it done.
I don't know if I necessarily like making a payment on a $600,000 home. And not be able to live there.
Not my problem.
And I agree with that as well.
It was in his developer's agreement. So do you just want to continue looking? You want to table this? Think about it next year
I think
or?
we should continue looking.
Let's
Yeah.
continue. looking.
I mean, it's just, this is only one builder's response and, you know, and I agree, they're state of the art and a good job. Like, you know,
It's 20 by 30 on its good.
I think that's a
Good
good size.
size.
yeah, I do too.
decent size.
I think you got a pretty good idea from this, what size we should build.
And that's close companion to what's in Bass Park. Roger walked it when we went up there. It's close.
So who else would you want to get quotes from?
Morton,
No, Tracky.
Tracky, and Wick,
Wick.
if they do it.
I don't know. I don't think Menards is gonna do it. I mean, you could go to there and look for a kit, but you know, they're not gonna wanna put it up.
No, I just thought to get.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, I can't see any group.
Who built the storage units? Steve?
Tracty.
Okay.
One thing I was looking at this, is there a ceiling in this thing or is it exposed rafters underneath?
It's exposed rafters.
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't know what.
No, I think that's the way to go. Okay.
And that's what Bass Park is also.
Yeah, right. But I didn't know if this was basically for lack of a better word, a ceiling in there versus having the.
No electricity or anything.
No.
It's just,
You want me to put a message out on the clerk's list to see if other municipalities that have built park shelters, who they've had?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah.
And I just want to say that if you look into the small writing, it says supplied by concrete floor, supplied by Clary, concrete not included.
No, it is included.
It is?
If you take a look down here at the additional components, that says concrete floor,
Concrete
21
floor.
by 30, 4-inch pad, 4,000 PSI. They did include it, so.
Okay.
cut and seal.
Here's something else to consider. Do we want to have electricity stubbed in
No.
for nightlight?
Put solar on.
Solar, you mean?
Oh,
We could
solar.
put a solar in.
They can put a solar panel up,
And-
but not anything
yeah.
else. No, I think that's, you're gonna end up getting it burned down.
Well, I guess, where are we going to put the components for the solar? Meaning you got to have the batteries and so on and so forth placed somewhere, and seeing it's not an enclosed building.
Well, it'd
That's
be up in the- be up in the ceiling.
Cabinet on the outside. I don't know.
Well, the solar, the panels would be outside, but you could put the battery
Up in the
portion
ceiling.
in the inside,
Yeah,
because
I'm
it's gonna
just
be in
asking
rafters.
questions.
I don't
That's
know.
for somebody to figure out.
But that gives us even more reason to wait on this project and some more homework to do.
I think we should just do what she did
Yeah.
and see if people come back first. We got time on this, so
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see what other communities come back.
Discussion.
Just out of curiosity, since this was in, I went to Burke Park today, town of Burke, next to their town hall, and looked at their.
Taj Mahal.
It
That's a
is.
gorgeous park.
It is, yeah, it is. I did not know until today that that was built over their landfill.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Dave Wiganowski was the town chair and probably also on the county board at that point.
Yep.
Yeah. It's amazing. Anyway, the dimensions of that are 50 feet by 40 feet.
Wow.
And they do have electricity and lights in there, but they rent it out a lot. They rent it for $250 for a day. And their security deposit is $250, which is interesting. And their bathrooms are in the town hall building, and they're open 24/7 from April to October.
Do they have a lobby or do they have external doors?
External doors.
Well, this down here, I mean, we could put electricity if we build one down here, obviously, but
Which made me wonder if we want to put it behind this town hall. Do we want to put something like that? Something like this behind our town hall? There's really a really nice
we got parking
soccer
back there.
field.
The Parks Committee talked about that a little bit. They were talking about, finding a place that benefits more people, I guess. And that we could rent it out too. The Parks
Right.
Committee was interested in doing something more out here.
How many non-Cottage Grove people play on this park here?
I have no idea.
I'm just curious.
Probably all the opposing teams, and part of the local teams are, who knows? It's probably more than local, I would
Yeah.
guess. But, no, like for you talked about the video surveillance for the yard site. Over the weekend, we have video surveillance of kids, siblings climbing on the blocks of our yard waste site while the family is watching the.
No kidding, eh?
Yeah. So, I mean, the Parks Committee talked about that too, and, maybe we should have a play structure out here to keep those kids from rolling rocks down the hill and water heaters and everything else that we have out here.
The zip line speed you could get going down this hill.
But, and this would be a place where, like you said, you could rent it
Destination.
out.
Right.
And you could
Yeah.
make it a destination, which I don't know, it'd be interesting to see what neighborhoods think about these, because it does run the risk of making neighborhood parks a destination.
Right.
And you start putting parks at shelters in. And I don't know if they've thought about that or not,
Well, you don't want to make in our normal parks it too fancy. That's the thing. The one that we looked at, we have the one shelter, something like that is fine.
Right.
And anybody can use it then, but if we're gonna make a destination place, this would be probably the place to do it.
This would be
Yeah.
the place to have it.
To have it.
We got electricity, everything, and we can surveil the place besides and make it nice enough where we could charge some money, barbecue pit, whatever,
you'd probably have to do bathrooms if you were gonna charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got city sewer and water here, or municipal sewer and water here.
It's gonna add to your building costs.
So that Taj Mahal they built down in the, by the soccer fields. Oh my God, that is ridiculous.
When do they get their water park going?
Yeah. And the little baseball field there, they got a lot of stuff going on down there.
Yeah, I just think this all just calls for a lot more homework on our part.
So at this point, just continue contacting maybe Procty, Morton, Wick, whoever else.
Should have Kim.
Come to
Kim, get-
mind for 20 by 30 with
Yeah.
cement and see what kind of pricing.
Might as well.
And
Okay.
Tim to go to other municipalities
gets
and
from
check
the
it, and see what they have,
From the clerks, what they've done. Okay. Motion to table.
Yeah.
Second.
Motion by Duplace, second by Anders to table. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Discuss and consider quote to repaint the shelter at Bass Park. I only called New Tech. And this is what they had quoted me.
I would encourage us to get another quote.
Yeah,
This
yeah, that's pretty high.
seems Pretty high, yeah, it does.
Suggestions as to who?
We've had 5-star from McFarland paint our house last year. They did a very good job.
Does Walter Fredenberg? Ninneman, does he
Yeah,
do?
Fritz may be interested, I don't
does he
know.
do
Fritz?
outside stuff?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, if you think of somebody, let Kim know or me, and we'll try and get some more bids. Okay. Table it.
Yep.
So moved.
Discuss and consider appointment of the official dog lister. That should be Kim. Also move that we appoint the clerk as the official dog lister.
Second.
Second by Williams, motion by Hampton. Discussion.
What if I don't want to vote to get her angry at me?
She does it already anyway.
I'm gonna abstain because I'm not gonna have her mad at me, I'll tell you that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
I'll add that to the annual list of appointments.
Yeah. Okay, so now we go to discussion of the American Rescue Plan Act funds. We got some more information as to what can be used, not roads.
Not bridges?
No,
Not tax reduction
no.
or pension funds.
Some of the things I thought of that might qualify, don't know how it would work, but if we wanted to use it for sewer service, coming up out of end of Gaston Road, running up to the hill, but we don't have any plans for anybody to build on the north side of Gaston, that we could have them use sewer.
You mean from where it is right now, out in the swamp there?
Yeah.
What would be different? What,
Well, if you developed a
yeah,
new subdivision north of Gaston, you could make them hook up to sewer.
And it's urban service area
yeah.
theoretically.
Yeah,
And
you'd
guess
have to
what?
get
It's
urban service.
It's annexation proof.
On the north side of Gaston?
Yeah.
But we could also theoretically, depending upon where money comes, you could always hook up the subdivision there over Nondale because of the fact it's notoriously bad because it's so low. That was the original plan a long time ago, that we had these ideas of maybe hooking up Nondale, but things have been so dry that the water issue hasn't been a problem. Huh?
Wait for the DNR to force it. And then they can go into the cities, villages,
Well,
because they'll have run sewer down that way by then probably. We could look at using it to maybe clean Door Creek, Koshkonong Creek for stormwater.
Mhm.
We're gonna get much help from the state government on that.
We could look at broadband down maybe North Star Road or any other place in the township if we could find cable. You could maybe put up a water tower for the commercial park at North Star. I don't know if they need it or not, but that's something that was usable. I don't know what else.
You saw that in your packet, the email that I sent to Martin from.
Yes.
Yes,
So you should think about whether you want him to come up with any further proposals. Yeah, and his like third to the last paragraph, if the town is interested in receiving a proposal to service the homes. I was talking, going kind of back to that up off road area because that's where we've had all the requests, the most requests from people that are not getting very good service.
well, what about, because of the fact we have the money or have access to the money at some point, what about instead of, no offense to the third-party providers, what about talking to either Charter and or TDS to find out how much it would cost for them to stub out?
They've told us they absolutely won't.
I thought it was just a question of money,
No, I don't think so. I got the idea.
because I thought it was return on investment because it cost them so much to stub it in.
I guess I can ask. I can try to ask.
The other thing, it appears that broadband is the #1 issue for both the legislature and our governor. So hopefully they're going to actually work together on this year.
put some additional money
Put
in.
money in.
How would that, like, as an example, how would that affect me? Broadband.
It wouldn't.
They'd have to run the line to my house or whatever, right?
They'd have to, well, and they probably will get very close, if not right in front of your house because of the fact of the development in the village.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I don't have, I'm off the road, you know. They're not gonna run the line for me, I wouldn't think, I don't know. I'm just talking as an individual.
But if we could
Right.
get them, if we could pay them to run it, down your road. You'd still have to hook up you probably, as with everybody else that it goes by. But at least it would be going by then.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be miles away like.
But so then I wouldn't need Frontier,
Correct.
Right.
correct?
if-
Which is the worst thing, which
Yeah.
Yeah,
the worst thing in the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, you'd have to figure out the area that needs it the worst, or, the most residents could, this whole thing, you gotta think about what's gonna benefit the town the most, not just.
Yeah, no, I got you.
The most
And no
people,
one has a real current plan or map as to where things are.
well, the PSC kind of does, but it's not that accurate from what I've gathered.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we could use the money to build a sewer plant, but
You don't need one.
Well, yeah. No, but I think the thing out there on Gaston is logical, really. They may not be used for a long time, but
So how does that benefit me, Mike?
no.
You
Well,
know,
I don't know how you do,
how does that benefit anybody?
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're so limited on what you can do.
yeah.
What about the solar that I mentioned before? Because we
Doesn't-
did put solar on the town and the garage. It would ultimately benefit everyone.
I don't know if you gotta fit that into one of those categories somehow.
That's the problem I see.
I didn't see any place where it fit.
They give you the money and then they put it in
You can
categories
use it
that
to
don't
invest
even,
in water, sewer, broadband infrastructure, or your stormwater infrastructure. I mean, the other things, I don't think we support public health expenditures, negative economic impact caused by the emergency, lost public sector revenue, premium pay for essential workers. I mean, I don't see us fitting in any of those.
No.
I think the two things that might help the most residents would be stormwater and broadband. It's cleaning out the creeks. If you could clean out the creeks, that could potentially help a lot of people from not getting flooded next time.
no, we ain't gonna get the money from Sun Prairie, that's for sure.
If you could,
Yeah.
if you can bend it into that, I don't know, if that'll qualify, but.
Widen it and,
Yeah.
get all the wood away from the
Banks,
creek itself.
it's laying in the waterway itself, yeah.
I mean, that'd be a good one.
But other things, other than trying to expand broadband, I don't know really what else we fit. Unless our treasurer has an idea.
The only other thing you could do is give it to EMS or fire if they needed the funds, but we still have to see what they were spending on and audit that to make sure that it fit in these categories. I don't know.
That it wasn't just used to reduce taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't see that we could use it to pay for the new fire engine.
No.
So,
And the ambulance, the new ambulance. So.
yeah,
What are PPE purchases? That's,
Personal protective equipment.
yeah.
well, we can do that.
Well, we've already gotten our money on that and we haven't bought anything this year.
No,
I don't know that
But we could stack up for stuff for our emergency, and the fire department and everything, and
I guess if that's what I think I said earlier to you, Mike, one day, was if the emergency government has needs that fit into any of these,
yeah,
that would be a time to stockpile whatever you might think you
Yeah.
might need for that.
sandbags, all kinds of, more than what we have, and
I don't know, if somebody else has ideas, you can always think about it and toss it around and see. But at some point, we're gonna have to decide what we want to try and
Is there any time when we're supposed to look at this?
I think what you have until 24, December 31st of 24 to have used it.
Yeah, we have plans to have used it.
Yeah.
I just went back to the state.
It would seem weird that none of the cable companies, if you're gonna be pay them to do something that they wouldn't want to go ahead and do it. You know, I just,
There's probably a shortage of cable now.
Probably is. Well, you would think that they would be tuned into this and seeing that that's one of the things that municipalities, and you think they'd be coming to us saying, you know, hey,
Yeah, what I can offer.
we could make use of some of your money. You know?
Yeah,
Maybe I'll have to go back to them and with that in mind, that, you know,
we got money to spend. It's just, what can we get for it?
right.
Well, I think we've got to make it, it's got to be a far-reaching something, either, you know, more park shelters or whatever.
We can't use it for park shelters.
call it temporary.
It's broadband,
Temporary
water.
Temporary homeless.
No, not, don't, can't say homeless, but I'm just saying, this is like, you know, catastrophic weather shelter or whatever, you know, I mean,
Yeah, with no sides on it.
keep the rain off, yeah. I know what you're saying.
If we don't have an Indian tribe, we could use money for that.
They get their own money.
And right here, tribal government.
Federal governments get their own money. They're eligible, so. We'll keep thinking about it. Something comes up where you hear from somebody that could use something that fits any of these defined uses, something we should talk about and maybe do. Because I would imagine, like, if we were gonna clean Koshkonong, we could talk to Deerfield and see if
See if any of them would want to join us in a joint effort.
you use their money, our money,
Yeah.
and clean a longer stretch.
I could see that.
That has
That has some good merit
Yeah,
some value for
for most
Many
of the people in the
people.
in the town.
otherwise we look at Door Creek, maybe.
Yeah. I don't have a problem
I don't-
either one of those.
I don't hear as many problems with Door Creek flooding as I do with Koshkonong.
And, you know, maybe fixing places where it has flooded, you know, farmers that maybe have something, a way that would help them make sure it never happens again. You know, like, what do they call it, dikes and whatever, you know. That's a
Yeah,
possibility too.
That's only gonna go to one farmer though, isn't it?
Well, that's what it's, you can do that.
Well, it's how far the money would go, I
You can do
guess.
that though. That's part of the
Stormwater.
thing, yeah, sure. It would be a chance to finally fix that whole
System.
situation, yeah. We'd have to have somebody design what would be done, and we
You'd go to the
would
court.
pay, we'd use the money to pay
Corps of
for a
Engineers.
farmer or whatever, and
Activate the drainage board.
You'd think maybe they would, because they could get this money
Yeah.
from the local municipalities.
I'm wondering, would the drainage board, the one that's currently doing the Sun Prairie stuff, are they getting their own money? Do you know?
They'd have to get it from either the city or the town.
No, I meant as far as, you know, this pandemic money. Or, because I mean, they're a quasi official body kind of thing. I didn't know if they amongst themselves would have eligibility to get money on their own, excluding whatever they'd get from
I didn't think that they would be eligible from what I read here. Okay, shall we move on?
Mhm.
Sure.
Public Works, I don't have anything. Clerk's office. Board reports and communications. DCTA meets Wednesday. I'll have Kim get it ready so anybody that wants to come down here will watch it here on the screen. I did receive from DOT their drawings for the extension of Ludd's Lane. I don't, with their engineers drawing it, I guess I see no reason to send it to our engineer.
Give me what's happening there?
Ludd's Lane
They wanna
being
add
extended
street-
down to Coparts.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
So DOT drew up
Yeah.
the plans and they're gonna bid it here sometime this summer yet.
Mhm.
But, I mean, it's gonna be turned over to us. But I guess I don't, unless somebody has another opinion.
Copart doesn't have a problem with it, do they? Apparently not,
I don't know if they've seen.
but I thought
All they know is they're getting a road to.
yeah, they're gonna get a road and.
Does it look much different than what we were looking at the plan commission that one night? You know, with.
No, straight road with a cul-de-sac
Yeah,
at Copart's driveway.
yeah, I mean, that part hasn't changed at all.
No,
Okay.
so, I mean, I guess I didn't see any reason to spend any money having our engineer
No,
look at it if DOT drew it.
no, that wouldn't make any sense.
We can attend the Dane County Towns from our own homes though too, can't we? Just
Yeah,
click on it.
committee reports, parks. They want money.
You think?
We wanted 25,000 next year, right? 10 for maintenance and 15 for capital improvements of some kind.
Which park?
They haven't,
Didn't.
Oh, they haven't got that
it
far
was
yet.
mainly, they liked the idea of shelters and it was mainly, you know, we didn't have any idea at that time what a shelter was gonna cost either. So they just picked 15,000 to put towards capital improvements and
Yeah.
I don't know if the intent was to start a capital fund for that, so if they don't spend it, it accumulates, or I didn't, that's kind of the way I gathered it.
Yeah,
Well, maybe it's time to put the play system down below down here.
That's a good idea.
The amount of stuff that goes on around here. I mean, like today,
Oh, yeah,
Kids
they're
all
all
over
kids,
down
all those kids were out throwing bottles back and
Yeah.
forth or whatever it
if
was.
we did it over here in this area, over here, keep them away from all our stuff.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's a great.
It seems to me it would be a start of doing something good more than just the field back here.
They said, just think of the zip line speed that you could get going.
Yeah, you could run with it.
Oh, that would be like
or you can
super.
put some bleachers down there.
And bleachers would be good too, yeah.
Yeah.
That's always something we haven't had that we should have down there, basically.
When you get that big of a crowd, yes.
Yeah, they were pretty much streamed all the way from end zone to end zone here.
Right.
And COVID though, that's what they'd have to do anyway, your bleachers would be empty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
So May 25th, the village is having a informational meeting on the bus road BB improvements via Zoom.
And in concurrence with that, I did talk to John Williams today about the fact that the concerns of the people on the west side of the road about value and what their rights are, whatever, And he concurred that the village should bring them in with the village's legal team or whoever with knowledge of the road itself and talk to these people and so they understand what's going on.
You
And
know,
if their property has any value.
Why doesn't the
I would-
village just buy out that right away?
That's-
from
I
them?
know it.
That's what I said to John. I said, you bought the road to the middle of the road from the people that were on the east side.
Yeah.
So there's value. It should be the same value on the other side.
They didn't buy it, they. annexed it,
whatever.
and The school district.
The
bought
school,
it.
I'm saying the school or whoever should have thought about that
Mhm.
in the beginning.
yeah, but you saw how much they listened to us when we complained about that building development at the
Well, the
end.
village is,
They were
willing to
just- they
listen,
were
but
lined up
maybe
to
they'll
go.
throw it back on the school district, for all I know.
Yeah.
They ought to just, I mean, so that that part of the road can be just dedicated, a real right of way, not just an easement.
Yeah,
And the last that I heard from JJ Larson at the village, Clark Street, they're only going to rebuild that as far as Grove Street this year because they still haven't come to terms with,
The woman who's mowing the other side.
yeah, what's his name, White. Who was the first one to annex?
the White House, the little White House,
On the west side of Vilas there.
Martinson?
No,
No.
Wyden?
the west side.
Wyden.
Oh, Wyden.
They need some of his land for a retention pond for water. And they can't
Good luck with that.
seem to agree on a price or anything, so it's gonna stop at Grove Street.
So they might as well not even do anything. It's gonna stop at Grove Street. That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, they gotta get going on their bike path.
Yeah, right.
They gotta, you spend that money because
Yeah,
of what they got from the DNR. And I guess the firemen are having a festival.
yeah,
So,
and the parade.
Wow.
And the run, are they gonna do that?
Yes,
yeah,
Okay.
Gonna have fireworks too?
I'm not sure.
that I don't know.
I don't know.
I would doubt it. I don't have a good place to shoot them off now,
No.
so. Anybody want
I move
to?
we adjourn.
Second. Motion by
Third.
DeBlase, second by Anders for adjournment. Non-debatable, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.